It has been a year now since 22-year-old Logan Federico was murdered here in Colombia. Authorities say Logan was shot and killed during a home invasion. Tonight, the man who loved her most wants you to remember more than the tragedy. He wants you to remember Logan's joy, her loyalty, and the way she made people feel seen. In an emotional interview, her father tells Christy Calcagno why saying her name still matters.
1 year later, Logan Federico's family is still carrying unimaginable pain.
I don't know how you learn how to adapt to something that was such a big part of your life, and then all of a sudden it's no longer there.
But when her father, Stephen, talks about her, the first thing you hear is not the tragedy. It's the life Logan lived and the future she was working toward.
I just would like people to think about her often and think about a life that was cut short.
Logan, a North Carolina native, was studying education at South Piedmont Community College with hopes of becoming a teacher. She was also a big Taylor Swift fan, even waiting till midnight for the new album to drop and take long car rides just to listen to every song.
To know Logan, she was the most vivacious, happy-go-lucky, fun-loving, and loyal person you would ever meet.
And she always made room for people, especially those who felt left out.
When she found a group of kids or someone in a group in school that wasn't accepting somebody, saw somebody sitting out in the corner that wasn't included in that group, she invited them in.
That is how her family wants her remembered, not as a victim, but as a young woman full of life, kindness, and purpose.
Who Logan was just a person who loved life and loved people. I don't know that there were many people Logan didn't like, but if you crossed her, you better watch out.
Columbia police say Logan was shot and killed on the morning of May 3rd, 2025, at a home on Cypress Street where she was visiting friends. Stephen says grief still comes in waves, sometimes without warning.
You know, it's been rough for a while. I often heard Logan ask me, why, Daddy, did you let this happen to me? You know, I've said it before, that I was her hero.
It's a pain no parent can prepare for. But even now, he says every word, step, and fight is to make sure Logan's name lives on.
I think everything that I say comes through her. And I think she speaks through me, through my words.
And maybe that is Logan's legacy. Still reaching people, still pulling others in, still moving hearts, still refusing to be forgotten.
That's how we're going to remember Logan.
Tonight, authorities say 31-year-old Alexander Dickey is charged with Logan's murder. He remains in jail. The case remains in the court system, and no trial date has been set.